going to be future. So we're ahead of the game. And that's the key, is to get ahead of the game of the life that you're playing. What is the life you're playing? What is the game you're playing in life? And how can you always stay ahead so that when the puck goes to a certain spot, your vision is so clear that you're headed in that direction, not where the puck was and trying to catch the puck. You're in front of the puck gets batted around, it comes your direction perfectly for your stick, and you slap that sucker right in the goal. Every single time, slap shot into the goal, shot after shot. It's just like a beautiful sound. It's just like a pops it over right past the goalie in the corner pocket. Boom, score. That's what it's all about. But if the puck is always in front of us and we're just chasing, we're just skating ahead, trying to hit it, we can never hit it. It's exhausting. It is so exhausting, and it holds us back mentally, emotionally, physically, and we feel like we just want to give up a lot. We feel like we're behind. We feel like we're failing, and that's not what you want to feel, because your feelings will generate energy. They will generate the way you show up. If you don't feel a certain way, you're going to show up a certain way. So how do we stay ahead? Strategy is the key. I remember I've got a high-level coaching program called the Greatness Mastermind. These are 7-8-figure entrepreneurs, some of the top people in my community who are creating extraordinary results, who have, big audiences. They're creating big results in their audience, impacting the world in a positive way. They have a growth mindset, and they are committed to constantly growing. They are part of the Greatness Mastermind, and we've got this incredible group all over the world. And last year we had Brendan Bouchard, who is a high-performance coach, master trainer, all these things, incredible, #1 New York Times best-selling author. He's been on the podcast. And he broke down, really the keys of building your business. And the #1 thing that most people focus on is selling. Sales. But they don't focus on the thing that they should be focusing on, which is strategy. Strategy should always be at the top. Where are we going? What are we doing to innovate? How are we going to stay ahead and be where the puck is going, not where the puck's at right now, and always being behind? And you can think about this in any area of your life. You don't have to have a business to think about this, but you've got to have a strategy for your life. The key ingredients of your life need to have a strategy. What is your health going to be like? What is your relationships? What are your finances? Again, do you feel stressed because you don't know how to manage your money, and you're constantly out of sync financially, and you don't have anything saved up? You don't know where to put your money in investments, and you're living month by month, check by check. If so, then you're in reaction and stress mode. And you've got to learn how to at least set up the systems, having a strategy to set up systems for your finances. Now, I'm not going to say that strategy and the system is going to automatically make you wealthier, but it's going to give you more peace of mind, which is going to allow you to have better energy, to make your talents to produce greater results, to help you earn more cash, to help you bring in more revenue for your business, side hustle, your job, whatever it is that you're doing to bring in more money. And that's one thing. You've got to have that strategy. Same thing for your health. I'll give an example. There are times in my life where I am a machine with my health. I am so efficient. I am on it with the things I eat. I'm on it with my workouts. And then there are other times where, again, life happens, and I allow myself to get behind. And I allow myself to be chasing the puck as opposed to be in front of the puck, where it just comes to me and slap it right into the back of the net. And that's a challenge. And I allow myself to do it because I always think, what? I was a pro athlete. I've got this. I can take a few weeks off. I can sleep in. I can, eat late. I can do whatever I want. I can have those extra 5, 6, 10 donuts in an hour, and I'll be fine. Like, it's not going to affect me. And it always affects me. Time and momentum will either work in our favor or work against us. So if we have positive actions and a positive strategy followed by positive execution daily, consistently, that momentum will work in our favor. And if we have a lack of strategy and a lack of execution, that will build into momentum, and will create a negative result for us. And it happens every single time. And again, I try to trick myself and say, you know what? I've worked really hard. Like, let me just take like 3 weeks off and not move my body and not work out, and I'll just lounge around because I'm not feeling good. And it always takes more time. And I freaking always, it pisses me off because I'm like, I'm better than this. I'm better than this. And then it takes me a couple of weeks to start training again, to get back into it. And it's just like you lose time, you lose energy, and you keep chasing and reacting to life. Strategy. So here's something else practical. You know, if you have a business, when's the last time you had a strategy meeting with your business partner, your team, your coach, your mentor, of where you are headed? When was the last time? And I try to do this every Monday and every Friday with my COO, Caesar, which some of you have heard of or see me post about on Instagram or online. And we are constantly strategizing. And some people may think like, well, that's too much like wasting time. You're just wasting time talking about ideas. But really, we're researching the science of our mission and the results we're getting each day and each week. We're tracking numbers. We're tracking sales. We're tracking impact. We're tracking happiness with our team. We're tracking customer happiness. And if something is out of whack or something is not growing, then we know that we've got to rethink the strategy. And as the world is innovating and evolving and changing, technology is innovating, evolving, and changing. People are innovating, evolving, and changing. We get to innovate, evolve, and change as well. Not reacting to competitors or comparing ourselves to other people, but making sure we're running our race based on our mission and our vision, and always being true to the vision and the mission of what we're looking to create. So if you don't have a vision for yourself yet, then I recommend my first book, The School of Greatness, which breaks down the 8 principles to greatness and gives you clear exercises on how to create a vision for yourself, setting goals, creating the strategy, things like that. I highly recommend doing that for your personal life, your business. The School of Greatness book, you can get it on Amazon. Very powerful stuff with a lot of exercises there. Because a lot of people say to me, well, how do you find your purpose and your vision and your goals? The School of Greatness book breaks it down chapter by chapter. You can get that on Amazon or Barnes & Noble or anywhere else online. But this is why people fail. And why do people win? It's, you know, the people that you see winning, right? The ones who are thriving, the ones who are thriving in life, thriving in their careers, you know, whether it be in music or acting or business or art, it doesn't matter, real estate, the ones that are thriving have a clear strategy, and they're thinking, okay, what's the thing I can do now that will pay off in 6 months, a year, 3 years from now? What can I do to invest in something now for the future? And those without a strategy aren't thinking about the future and investing in themselves. They're thinking about, what can I do right now to pay my rent, to, you know, stay afloat, to breathe, to survive. And you've got to be willing to take a step back and say, okay, I need to take this time once a week at least. What's the strategy? How am I going to get ahead? What am I going to do? And if you can't figure it out on your own, that's why you hire a coach, or you find a mentor, or you ask someone who's done it before, been there before, and say, you know, I'm just feeling stuck. Can you give me like a clear, some clear strategy or some ideas on how we can create a strategy together? That is the key. You know, mentorship. I've had incredible mentors. I've hired coaches my entire life who give me great ideas. You know, I was just meeting with Ed Milet a few weeks ago in Laguna Beach, and this guy has had an incredible, you know, career in business. Made a lot of money, and you know, he took me on a flight on his private jet back from Vegas when we were both speaking at a conference with Grant Cardone, and I just spent some quality time with him where he was really talking about the power of mentorships, the power of, you know, a personal advisory board and coaches, and constantly being able to bounce ideas and just be around these people who have been there already, who have achieved something that you're looking to achieve in that general area. So if you're not surrounding yourself with these people that can constantly just bounce great strategy and great ideas around you, then it's going to be that much harder doing it on your own. That's one of the reasons why I created the Greatness Mastermind. If you want to check it out, it's greatnessmastermind.com, and you can apply if you meet the requirements. These people are making 7 figures a year in their business, and it's a high, powerful group where we create strategy together, and each person earns more every year than they did the year before. And that's powerful when you can be a part of a power group that supports with big ideas. We're curating and bringing in and facilitating some of the most brilliant people in the world in business and teaching their strategy to my group. And that's what it is. When you have the right strategy, then you can take the right consistent actions to stay ahead in your life and in your business. I cannot emphasize this enough. Strategy for your health. What is the game plan? How are you going to set yourself up to win every single day so that you have peace of mind? All you need to do is show up and execute because you have a clear game plan. There were many months where I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go up to the gym. For an example, I'm just going to go up to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym 5 days a week. And I did this for a while because I was like, I know how to work out. I know how to lift. I was an elite athlete. I could train with the best of them. I can work my butt off. And I was like, I'm just going to go up there and lift. And I never really had growth. I was kind of just maintaining because I was like, I'll just do treadmill here and there. I'll lift a little bit, but I didn't have a clear game plan. And when you have a clear game plan, all you need to do is show up and execute. You don't have to show up and then think about what you're going to do every single day and think about what's the next exercise or think about what's the next call I'm going to make in my business or think about the next steps I'm going to take in my career. You have a clear vision with a clear strategy and you execute. Then every week you analyze and say, how is the strategy working for my life in every area? Is it working or is it not working? Am I growing and learning or am I maintaining and keeping my head above water? Again, I've noticed that the more demands we put on ourselves, the more challenge it is to have more time flexibility because there's so many more opportunities that come to me that I get to manage. And I manage the time differently and I have to manage my energy efficiently. And that's why I think you should focus on a few different things to help your strategy continue to be bulletproof. One is take care of your body. You've got to eat well, work out, sleep well, and take time away from your screens. I just went to Hawaii for 4.5 days and I left my phone and computer at home in Los Angeles so I can completely disconnect and take care of my body because I was feeling the stress starting to come. So I knew I needed to get away. Another thing to be productive, number 2, is to batch your workloads so you can focus on blocks of time and then take a break. So you're not constantly in reaction mode. Oh, there's an email coming in. I got to respond. There's this I got to do. I got to do it now. No, batch your workload so you can focus for blocks of time. The third thing that I recommend so you can create more time freedom and better energy and a better strategy in your life is to delegate anything you don't need to do yourself. If someone else can do it, and if it's not helping you get closer to your vision, if you're not the best at it, then you should be delegating that task. The fourth thing, again, taking vacation and breaks. We talked about batching, but if you're not spending time on breaks, whether it be getting away for a few days or just leaving your phone at home when you go out to dinner or go to the movies. I like to do that a lot where I just leave my phone at home. My girlfriend, she brings her phone so I can still navigate and drive around and check things that I need to if there's an emergency. But it gives me 4 to 6 hours of just being present and not reactive, not like, oh, here's an email, here's a social media tweet, whatever it is. So that's the fourth thing. And the fifth thing is to surround yourself with good people. When you remove the toxic relationships and draining people in your life, you have more energy. Again, that energy brings you more clarity. That clarity allows you to use your talents to produce outstanding results, as Tony Robbins would say, as opposed to just reactive, constantly in stress mode. So how to win and why you fail. The key is strategy. And Eleanor Roosevelt said it takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan. So you've got to focus on not hoping for a better future. And I hope I get out of this mess I'm in right now. And I hope I can make more money in the future. And I hope I lose the weight. And I hope I find the guy of my dreams or the girl of my dreams or the partner of my dreams. I wish it happens in the future. No, plan, create a strategy, plan, and then execute. Is it working or is it not working? Let's strategize again. Every week, you should be thinking of your strategy, dreaming about your goals, dreaming about your vision, and saying, what's the thing that's going to get me closer to that today and this week? And then evaluating it at the end of the week or at the start of the week. You matter in this world. You have a powerful gift and a powerful presence when you allow yourself to have full energy, to have full authority over who you are in this world, when you don't hold anything back, when you don't take yourself for granted, when you allow yourself to surround yourself with positive people in this world. You have an incredible gift and an incredible talent, and now is the time to start stepping into who you were born to be. This is not a practice round. This is, for all we know, all you've got. This one life right now. It's time to set yourself up to win. I don't want to see you fail anymore. I don't want to see you sacrifice anymore. I don't want to see you, barely breathing your head out of water anymore. I don't want to see you chasing the puck. I want to see you in front of the puck. So when the puck comes to you, you knock it right into the corner pocket, just past the goalie, and you score every single time. That builds confidence. That builds momentum. That builds more positive habits in your life. And you start to attract what you want. This momentum builds an incredible magnet around you. And when you build momentum in your business or your career, your relationships, or your health, people look at you differently. They sense this aura. You become a superstar because you've learned the secret that most people can't figure out. And that's the secret of momentum, and allowing momentum to carry you and to push you forward in life. And the more momentum you have, it's like this super engine. It's like this jet fuel, just launching you into your dreams, launching you closer and closer to your dream life, and just putting you in the right place and in the right position for your dreams to happen effortlessly. And when you set yourself up to win with a clear strategy and you stay focused on it, you build your life around the strategy, and then you execute. You are creating a fuel for amazing energy in your life. You're becoming a magnet to possibilities, a magnet to abundance, a magnet to incredible access. You become the center of your dreams, and they start coming to you from every direction. This is your life. It's your time to step up and to create the life of your dreams. Whew. Gosh, I got to do more solo rounds. I'm loving this. Episode 620, my friends, lewishowes.com/620. If you enjoyed this, how to win and why you fail, please let me know over on Instagram. You can take a screenshot of this and post it over there. Tag me at Lewis Howes over there on Twitter. Share it with your friends. Again, if you know some friends who you feel like maybe are stuck or who could use this for inspiration, share it with them. If you want me to do more solo rounds, just message me on Instagram at Lewis Howes and let me know that you want me to do more. And feel free to type in the topics that you want me to talk about. This is, again, it may sound simple, strategy, right? That may sound like a simple topic, but most people forget to think about their strategy. And I see it all the time, in our, we've got a couple thousand members in our Inner Circle entrepreneurship group online. And a lot of the challenges they face is they feel like they're just barely getting their head above water. They're stuck, they're behind, they're chasing. And I see it. You could still be, making good money, but feel this sense of stress on your chest because you don't have a good strategy. So it's simple idea, but most people aren't executing it, and it holds them back. Again, Tony Robbins said, the higher your energy level, the more efficient your body. The more efficient your body, the better you feel, and the more you will use your talent to produce outstanding results. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, if you haven't left a review yet, please leave a review over on iTunes. And again, if you haven't downloaded the Blinkist app yet, go to Blinkist.com/greatness. Again, they've got thousands of some of the best nonfiction books in the world, like Think and Grow Rich and Emotional Agility by Susan David, who's been on the podcast. And if you're ever feeling stuck and you want to have these powerful insights that you can tap into without having to listen to a full audio book, you can get it in under 15 minutes while reading it or listening to it on the Blinkist app. Over 5 million people have it. Go to Blinkist.com/greatness for a 7-day free trial right now. And also, if you're looking to earn more in your daily routine, go to themillionairemorning.com. Get the free book. All you got to do is pay for shipping and handling. We ship this bad boy out to you all over the world. Themillionairemorning.com. Go there right now. Again, you were born for more than just feeling stressed and feeling stuck in your life. You were born to fulfill your dreams, to figure them out, to realize and actualize your dreams. And you were born to become a magnet of abundance, a magnet of opportunities in your life. But you must be willing to create the strategy and constantly reinvent the strategy as time goes on. I love you so very much. It means the world to me that you're part of this community. In my mind, the best community of conscious achievers in the world. And as always, you know what time it is. It's time to go out there and do something great.
Success, guys, a very, very lonely road, man. Very few people are willing to endure the pain, the sacrifice, due diligence to be successful. It's an uphill battle. Along that road, you're not going to see too many friends. You're going to see your shadow most often. You got to trust in the heart of hearts. Inside what you're doing, what you believe in is a worthy cause, a winnable fight. The journey is not easy. Before you start that journey mentally, you must fuel yourself with the right reasons, the right fuel to sustain the entire journey. Everyone's hot off the start, but after a month or so into it, or a couple weeks into it, with the wear and tear and the grind starts to hit you, you start losing focus on the horizon, do you not? You get caught away in the daily hiccups, the ups and downs, and the wear and tear. And you focus on the speed bumps, the daily activities, losing sight of the true purpose. When you lose sight of the purpose, you get too much value of what the pain is today. Once you find out your want, regardless of what it is, then you combine the mind and the body together. That's when life gets exciting, guys. Stories of inspiration where the person overcomes the odds.
When you get into a tight spot and everything goes against you until it seems that you cannot hold on for a minute longer, never give up then, for that is just the place and time that the tide will turn.
Do not fear death. This makes you strong, makes you weak. How can you move faster than possible, fight longer than possible, without the most powerful emotion? The fear of death.
Before you embark on this journey, mentally, you have to prepare yourself for it. Knowing it's going to get worse before it gets better. When you embark this journey, you must know that it's going to go down before it comes up. But when it comes up, it's going to go so much higher than you've ever been. Sacrificing today for tomorrow's betterment.
Greatness is here, but it ain't no Cam shoulders no more. It ain't no Brody shoulder no more. It ain't no Bo Jackson shoulder no more. Now greatness is on whose shoulders?
You go after it and you give it all you have. If you lose, at least you try, man. I failed. It's 10 times more of a man than someone said, what if? Because what if never went to the arena.
Les Brown, you can't do that. You don't have a college education. Les Brown, you can't do that. You know who your parents are. Les Brown, you can't do that. You failed twice in school. Come on. You ever thought about something you wanted to do and you talked yourself out of it? There's a proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do us no harm.
You face your fears, you become the person you want to be. You run from your fears, you're not living. You're alive, but you're not taking the freedom.
See, a lot of people allow fear. Whatever you're called to do, don't count yourself. Many of us go through life saying no, and you don't even know what you no to. You don't know what you cannot do if you're not willing to challenge yourself. Whatever it is that you don't know how to do right now, you can learn.
It's possible. It's possible.
Greatness is not this wonderful, esoteric, elusive feature that only the special will ever taste. You know, it's something that truly exists in all of us. It's very simple. This is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for it.
This kid couldn't speak. Everyone else in his peer group speaking all good. He couldn't speak. At age 7, everyone's reading and talking. He can't read. He was slowing down so much. The teachers brought parents to him, man. He said, dude, the kid's got to go, man. He's just slow. He's not creative. He's slowing down the betterment of the entire class. Got to go. Parents brought him home and he's like, man, what are we going to do with this? It's a child of ours. Too bad. They put him to work. He got fired from every single job he ever tried. All this guy knows up until 21 years old is failure. He's never tasted success. He just gets up and keeps trying, fails, gets up, keeps trying. Until one day he found out what he wanted, what inspired him. And he gave it everything he had, day in, day out, man. He burned the midnight oil so he didn't have to stay awake in the midnight hours wondering what if. This guy tried something 1,093 times before it was successful. 1,093 times, man. When the hell have you ever tried something more than 10 times before you throw in the towel? I can't say I have. This guy did. And why? That was what he wanted. How was it nourished? Failure. Everything failed in his life. So when it failed 1,000 times, it's like, it, man. It's an average day. It always fails. I keep on going, but his invention got smarter and quicker. That failure made it more and more successful. It was getting closer and closer and closer. And finally, the light bulb lit. That was Thomas Edison. Failure, dumbass, his entire life. He had over another 1,000 patents, man. Remarkable. Couldn't speak at 4. Was written out of class because he couldn't read at 7. Kicked home, saying merely challenged. Remember the name of the person that overcame the odds. Because that same person you're going to use in your own battle one day. When you hit rock bottom and you feel like the walls and monkeys on your back and Murphy's hitting you down every single step. You're going to use that inspiration to take that one more step forward that makes all the difference. We all fall down in life, guys. The question is, who gets back up? Again, it's not the potential of the individual. It's not the genetics. It's the perseverance, the never say die attitude.
That's called courage. Now that's the stuff leaders should be made of.
If you constantly keep throwing shit against the wall, eventually something will stick, guys. Never give in to what you want. When you find out what you want, you combine that with a sound mental diet, visual nutrition, a physical diet of good food coming in with good exercise. You build the body, the belief, the confidence. You put that together, until you're unstoppable.
Takes guts. You got to dig down deep to get it out. Keep on going again and again and again until you make it happen, because you know that it's possible.
But what do we say? But there'll always be tomorrow. Oh no. There's no guarantees you're going to show up tomorrow. There are a lot of people who were here yesterday, but they're not here today. There are a lot of opportunities that were around yesterday. They're not here today. Find out what it is you want and go after it as if your life depends on it. Why? Because it does.
Imagine, if you will, being on your deathbed and standing around your bed, the dreams given to you by life, the ideas that you never acted on, the talents, the gifts, the abilities that you never used. And there they are, standing around your bed, looking at you with large, angry eyes, saying, "We came to you, and only you could have given us life. And now we must die with you forever." And the question is, if you died this very moment, what will die with you? What dreams, what ideas, what talents, what greatness that you showed up to bring? Don't allow fear of failure and the attractiveness of playing it safe in life to draw you in. You can't get out of life alive. You got to die to leave here. You have something special. You have greatness within you.
You were born phenomenal. Listen to me. You were literally born phenomenal. Like the whole process. Like there are like 5 million options in the womb. We're not talking about one sperm cell and one egg. There are 5 million options. Out of 5 million options, you made it.
Make their way through a complex series of environments in a kind of warfare. It is warfare.
Innately, everything about you is great. Everything about you is phenomenal. But the problem is, you have consciously chosen to be average. You are average in school. You are average at your workplace. Everything you do is average, and not because it's average, but because you made a decision. You made a choice to be average. Why? Because the people around you are average. Or maybe you grew up in an average environment, or went to an average school, or you worked for an average company, so you decided to go against who you are. That's why you spend hours watching your favorite athlete, right? Because when you watch them, there's something about you to that greatness, because there's something in you that's great. That's why you put those headphones on and you just shut the whole world out and you listen to your favorite artists, you listen to them sing, or you listen to them rap, and deep down inside, you hurt when you listen because it's just you. You are attracted to greatness because greatness is all in you. But it's easier to watch greatness. It's easier to go see greatness. To put in the energy to discipline yourself, to sacrifice. It's easier. And so that's why you average. And so you're frustrated because you're not living like you should live. No, you don't have what you should have. You're not being who you should be.
I would hate to live and die and never know what would happen if I ever committed myself to anything. But you've never seen what you could be if you threw your whole self at your grave.
It's time for you to look within yourself and decide that I'm in charge of my destiny. I'm in charge here. And when you decide I'm going to do it, the universe will yield to you. Life will never be the same again. Live your dream. The kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power. The power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. And that if you decide that my life deserves my developing this what I do well, and becoming the best at it, and mastering myself, and seeing what I have within me, I grant you, you'll never ever be without. I'm telling you, greatness is here. Greatness is upon you. You better act like it. I'm going to tell you something that every successful person has to do. All right, guys, thank you. Including you. Believe it or not, every successful person in this world has jumped. I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. You are going to have to jump. You cannot just exist in this life. You have got to try to live. If you're waking up thinking that it's got to be more to your life than it is, man, believe that it is. Believe in your heart of hearts that it is. But to get to that life, you're going to have to jump. I'll tell you why I call it jumping. See, God, when he created all of us, he gave every last one of us a gift at birth. He never created a soul without endowing them with a gift. You just got to quit looking at gifts as running, jumping, sing, and dance. It's more than that. It's if you know how to network, if you can connect dots, if you draw, if you teach. Some of y'all fry chicken better than anybody else. Bake pie. Some of you cut hair, color hair. Some people do grass. I got a partner, man. Never wanted to go out with us because we stayed out too late. Come on, man, go out with now. I got to get up early in the morning. I'm cutting Miss Johnson grass. We kept laughing at this dude. Cutting grass. How much they pay? He got a landscaping company in Cleveland worth $4 million. Because all he do is cut grass. But he was gifted at it. I got a partner on a detail shop, make $800,000 a year. Detailing cars. He got 6 mobile trucks running around. $800,000 a year. All he do is detail cars. That's his gift. That's what he loves to do. Okay. You've got to identify that gift. Now listen to me. When you see people in life, when you're standing on the cliff of life, when you see people soaring by, when you see people soaring, going to exotic places, you hear about them doing wonderful things. Maybe you look up the street and your neighbor just gets a car every year, every 2 years. You know, how is he doing it? Have you ever thought, maybe this person right here has identified their gift and is living in their gift? Your gift will make room for you. Your gift, not your education. You go get an education, that's nice. But if you don't use your gift, that education ain't gonna take you so far. I know a lot of people got degrees, man, and you ain't even using. It's your gift. But the only way for you to soar is you got to jump. You got to take that gift that's packed away on your back. You got to jump off that cliff and pull that cord. That gift opens up. That ain't living, man. You just existed. At one point in time, you ought to see what living's like. But the only way to see what living like, you got to hear the problem. You just be real. When you first jump, I wish I could tell you it did, but it don't. When you jump, it's not going to. You're going to hit them rocks. You're going to get some skin tore off on them cliffs. You're going to get all your clothes tore off. You're going to get some. You're going to be bleeding pretty bad. But eventually, the parachute has to open. You got to jump, though. Now, here's another thing. You can play it safe and deal without the cuts, hands. And you can stand on that cliff of life forever. But if you don't jump, I got another promise I can make you. Your parachute will never open. You'll never know.
You don't know what God really has. If I were you, I would, because that's the only way to get to that abundant life. You got to jump, man. You got to take a chance. Now, when I get through talking, there are those of you who discuss this in the car. Well, I got bills, and I got bills. Whether you stay on the cliff or you jump, you're gonna have bills. Well, if I quit my job, I'm gonna ruin my credit. If you got a job, you live in check to check. Even if you got A1 credit, you can't buy nothing else no damn way. Do yourself a favor, man. Before you leave this world, before you die, jump. Just jump one time.
That many times I'm sure that we've all taken time just to stop and reflect. Many times when we hear what's happening in the news or read the newspapers, where's all of this leading to? What's going on here? And so I think that now more than ever, we must begin to look at what are the things that we can do that would put us on some firm footing in life, that will enable us to do some things and use some powers that we have, that many of us go through life never ever discovering that we have those things going for us. And part of that, I believe, is knowing what it is your life worth. What is it that gives your life a sense of meaning and purpose? Because once you find that, it puts you in your power place. See, if you know what your life work is, I encourage you to start working on it. If you can't do it all at one time, do just a little bit of it. And if you don't know what it is that you showed up to do, if you don't know why you're here, I encourage you to find out what your purpose is here. What is the meaning of your life? What will be different? Have you ever asked yourself that question? I've done that. I remember coming from a friend of mine's funeral, and I was reflecting on how much time I had left. And I went for a walk in the park thinking about this guy whose life was so promising. And I mean, he wasn't an old guy. He was quite young, in fact. And I thought about all of the things that he said he was going to do, and he never got a chance to do those things. And I started thinking about my own life and how much time I had left to do the things that I would like to do. And at that time, I wasn't sure what to do this kind of work that I'm doing right now. And I say to you that if you want to take a conscious effort to find out what it is that you're supposed to do, I say that it can literally save your life. I said that it can literally save your life. 85% of the American public, according to recent studies, are going to jobs that they hate. They get sick to a job and you already make someplace and you already know how much you're going to make. You already know how far you're in a dead-end position. It erodes your self-esteem. It lowers your sense of yourself. It creates an inner turmoil. It creates an emptiness in you. So I say that your life is worth finding what it is that you're supposed to do. And I'm not saying, don't let it go. See, and here's something else I want you to begin to look at people. Don't pursue their dreams, or don't do better than what they're capable of doing. I think that many of us don't go the next step because we don't know what to do yet. And I say that we don't even explore the possibility of what to do is because subconsciously we don't believe that it can happen for us, and we don't believe that we. So here's what I'm suggesting. How much time do you spend working on you? How much time do you spend every day working on your dream? In the last 90 days, how many books have you read? What new skill or knowledge have you? What kind of investment have you made in you? So I'm saying that as you begin to look at where you want to go, if you want to make it today, and things are changing so fast, you have to literally run to stand still I'm saying that you've got to make some conscious effort to begin to work to develop you. Here's something else. Most people are not living their dreams because of fear, ladies and gentlemen. Fear, limited vision, and lack of self-esteem is what keep most people doing things they do. The same reason that people stay in relationships, abused, or they're unhappy, or it's unfulfilling. They can't see themselves beyond that relationship. They can't see themselves enjoying life without that person. They think that this is all they can do. The same reason that people get stuck at a certain level in life. They can't, and they think that this is it and this is all they deserve. This is all that. Dr. Blanton, Smiley Blanton, who is a colleague of Dr. Norman, what he said about fear. He said, fear is the most subtle and destructive of all human diseases. Ladies and gentlemen, kills dreams. Fear kills hope. Fear put people in the hospital. Fear can age you. Fear, ladies and gentlemen, can hold you back from doing something that you know within yourself that you're capable of doing, but it will paralyze you. And it seemed like you're in a hypnotic spell. And I ask you a question, what is the benefit? What's the benefit of allowing fear to hold you back? What's the benefit yourself of not stepping out on life and taking life benefit for you? What's the plus in that? I had to ask myself. So I didn't want to make any mistakes. I wanted to be perfect the first time I did something. It's not going to happen. You're going to make some mistakes. You're going to hurt some folks' feelings. You're going to create whenever you decide that you want to begin to take life on. You've got to ask yourself, how long am I going to allow this to hold me back? I like what Zig Ziglar says. He said, fear is a mind that can be changed. So let's look at how we can begin to take that fear, to begin to expand our visions of ourselves, to begin increase our self-esteem. Webster said that self-esteem means confidence and satisfaction in oneself. Look at your life right now. Whatever you've done up to this point in time, your life is working. Whatever you have produced, it came out of you as a result of the kind of person that you have become. Is this what you want? Would you like for things to be better than this? Believe that you deserve better than this. Or are you content? This is it. You don't have to do anything else. That you already resign yourself in life and say, well, I'm happy. I'm not starving like the people in. Are you allowing yourself to get off the hook like that? Or do you believe somewhere in the back of your mind or in your heart that there's for you to do? There's something else that life has for you. And that's why you're here. How do we handle this fear factor? How do we increase our self-esteem? You have to begin to fortify. How do we do that? I believe that you have to begin to consciously monitor your inner conversation and start talking to yourself. Start building yourself up. Sometimes the only good things you will hear about you are the things that you say to you. So I'm saying learn to be your own booster. Start building yourself up. Start encouraging yourself. Start saying, I can do this. I can make this happen. When I started thinking about becoming a speaker, I said, yes, I can do this. I can make this happen. When I start trying to convince myself stupid and dumb and having people take advantage of me because of what I didn't know, I had to talk to myself because people were saying to me that I was dumb. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I was saying, you're right. Look at what I've done. I had to say, no, Les. Hey, come on, man. Get yourself together. You can handle this. You just haven't figured it out yet. It's all right. This is your training period. This is the tuition you have to pay for what you don't know. You can do this. Other people have done it. It doesn't take an Einstein. Get you some people that can teach you some stuff that you don't know. Get you some people that have done it successfully and learn from them. Take some seminars, workshops, read some books on how to manage a business. Change the way you see yourself and begin to tend to the personal details. Understand that nobody's going to take care of your business better than you. And when I start changing that kind of mindset of beating myself up because of my mistakes and start looking at the possibility of my doing better, of my making the adjustment that would enable me to do what I want to do successfully, things begin to change. I'm saying stop beating up on yourself. You do it. I know you do it. I've done it. It's a natural inclination for us to put ourselves down. See, we are born negative, I think, in a negative consciousness because we live in a negative world. Here's some other things, ladies and gentlemen. Begin to guard your mind against negative programming, like turn off the television. Don't watch the news. So you've got to guard the kinds of things that you put in your mind. See, if you don't program your mind will be programmed because human beings are goal-oriented. That's why we die of broken hearts early. That's why we're running through life to early grades. We're going through life, ladies and gentlemen. I think that Henry David Thoreau said that most men live in quiet desperation. Most of us go through life running scared. So we created this in our minds, false evidence appearing real. We made it real in our minds. That's why Churchill said there's nothing to fear but fear itself. That's the destructive monster. So turn off things that can contribute to your fear. Turn a deaf ear to people that all they can do is talk about how negative things are because they have bought into the consciousness of the world. Start attending workshops, seminars, listening to tapes on a daily basis to begin to recondition your mind, to retrain your thinking. Faith comes by what? Hearing and hearing and hearing. Listen to things that can empower you, that can enable you to create a new reality for yourself and a new life for yourself. You might appear to be strange around most people. You know, most people think you're strange if you're happy today. See, these people have not found their purpose in life. That's why they're grumpy, but that's why they're miserable. That's why they're so negative. They're hurting and they want to hurt other people. So start practicing using programs for your mind. So get up, have a journal near you. See, ladies and gentlemen, we get 3 to 4 would act on those thoughts. They can change our life. What idea are you setting on? Write your ideas down. Once you get that idea, take the leap. Take the leap. See, it's out here in the universe. If you don't take the plunge, I guarantee you will. Take the plunge. Go into action. And ladies and gentlemen, you will be surprised at how things will come together. You're going to have some difficult challenges. I can tell you that. Be aware of that. Things are not going to work out exactly right. For a time, they will, sometimes. And that's when life is just playing the game with you. I want you to feel good and relax. But ladies and gentlemen, go into action with your dream. And don't avoid where the fights are. Get in the midst of the fight. Get knocked down so you can learn how to fight, so you can hold your... See, most people don't get out in the arena of life because they don't want to fight. Most people don't get out there because they don't want to get knocked down. They don't want to be to their knees. But see, you're going to be dropped whether you're on the field or whether or not you're sitting on the sidelines. You're going to be dropped. So at least get dropped. That's how most people are spectators in life. You don't want to be a spectator. You want to get out in the field where the action is, and you will be amazed. After the struggle, there will be a calm period, and things will begin to...
What is going on, guys, and welcome to the 6th episode of the FFL Results. I'm your host, Bradley Wilson, and on behalf of the entire FFL Results team, we want to thank you for allowing us the opportunity, diet tips, trainer and client spotlights, and a general insight into all things FFL. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about motivation and discipline. I want to address first what they are. I think there's some general confusion on whether or not they're even different. So we'll talk about if they're different, how they relate to each other, how it relates to your fitness journey, everything that goes into that, your diet, your exercise, and then how you can use it day in and day out as you get closer to your fitness goal. First, what are motivation and discipline? So motivation is defined as the psychological feature that arouses an organism to act towards a desired goal, the reason for the action. Discipline is defined as to accustom to regular or to form a habit of obedience. Now, to keep it more simple, the motivation is the Kickstarter. It's that emotional reason that makes you want to do something. If you're hungry and you're watching TV and you see a Dairy Queen commercial for a Blizzard, you may be emotionally motivated to now get a Blizzard to appease that hunger. Discipline would be after you start something. That's what makes it into a habit and makes it regular. Motivation, what makes you want to start something. Discipline, what keeps you doing it once you're not motivated anymore. And that's very important to understand, right? So what we see, especially in fitness, what we've seen for years and years and years, is this misunderstanding that people believe that motivation is permanent. When they'll come into the gym, and trust me, we're so excited to see any new people wanting to change their lives. They walk into the gym and they say something along the lines of, well, this time is different because I'm more motivated now. We're never in the business of telling anyone they're wrong, but we last. Whether it was Peter earlier that day and you saw a picture of the person you want to look like, and maybe you were eating a donut or a burger or pizza, and it just all things aligned, and you said, enough is enough. Today's the day I start changing my life. Right? That's motivating. That's like I'm done here. Let's make a change. I can do this. Let's do this. Discipline is really, motivation's big because it gets you in the door, right? But discipline is what's going to make sure you stay there. And the key word out of the definition of discipline that I want you to remember is habit. Habit's something that you do whether you want to or not. It doesn't matter whether you feel like doing it that day. You just do because it's a habit. For a lot of us, hopefully, it would be brushing our teeth, right? Maybe a habit. And we do that because, one, we have a commitment to personal hygiene, and we know that whether we want to or not, it needs to be done. So unless you're one of those, on the edge people who just say, nah, I'm not really brushing my teeth that day, which, hey, if you are, just don't tell anybody. Just keep it to yourself, okay? But if that isn't you, and you do stick to something like that, we all have habits, then you understand. You see the connection. So how does this relate to your fitness?